And he's a good 3 or 4 seconds up on LEGKOV, which could put him into the running for a top position. 5:22, I think, might just be too much to ask for, but Goldberg's time will survive. HELLNER is okay. No, HELLNER gets pushed down to 6. KROGH goes into 5. 3.6 the margin, and another Norwegian getting up there. Now, what is this going to mean? If you have a lot of Norwegians up there, Mike, does it mean they can create a roadblock on Sunday and hold back the likes of LEGKOV and KOLOGNA?
Well, hey, when you think about tomorrow as well, you've got this mass start. There's all the 52 athletes starting side by side, 53 athletes. And of course, you've got the 2 times within that 15-kilometer classic. You've got the bonus points, and I think tomorrow there'll be a mass of red suits up front.
And then, of course, on Sunday, although it goes down as a mass start, but you're split by the time margins.
That's right.
That's how they've usually done it.
That's right, the pursuit on that occasion.
Certainly the slowest point on the way back down into the stadium. Another little stumble from Petter NORTHUG, but believe you me, he is carrying very, very good speed. He knows what he's got to do. First and foremost, he's got to beat KOLOGNA and LEGKOV into the finish, and at the moment, we have LEGKOV down in 12th position, only 5.6 seconds off the pace, and Dario KOLOGNA down in 20th at the moment, so he's going to be losing a little bit of time. And Petter NORTHUG was the fastest of those at the top of the course. He needs to come off the bridge at around 5:02 if he wants a chance of challenging Goldberg, but I think Goldberg may well be safe. BRANDSDAL, the penultimate starter and the penultimate finisher here in Falun. 5:27, down in 6. It's another good run from BRANDSDAL, who's an out-and-out sprinter. I think he may struggle over the next couple of days. Behind him, NORTHUG coming up the home straight, pushing, looking for those valuable seconds. 5:22, he's got 8 seconds to get inside. It's going to be desperately close for Petter NORTHUG. Bonus seconds is what he's after, and he's done it. Once again, the miracle man pulls it out of the bag. Petter NORTHUG takes full advantage of starting last, and some will say that he's wrapped up the 2013 season, but I would say he's still got an awful lot of work to do.
What an athlete. 4.8 seconds down on top of the climb, and in 6th place. How does he do it? He didn't look that tidy on the extreme corners, but he's got some special willpower where he needs to find something special. He always seems to dip in and find it.
So 50 World Cup points, which is crucial, Mike, with KOLOGNA missing out, LEGKOV missing out, in terms of this mini tour, which will really decide the season because of that big bundle of 200 points on the last day. He's taken 5 or 6 seconds out of LEGKOV, and he's got an extra 15-second bonus, so that's another 20 seconds added to the time that he gained in Stockholm.
Oh, I think today, with 2 out of the 4 days of the final tour, I think when he's looking so comfortable at the front at the moment, but tomorrow, LEGKOV, he'll try and bring in all Yaparov, of course, Veljanin. He'll bring as many of his great classic skiers around him as possible. So it's not a done deal yet for NORTHUG.
What a race there. Remember, 4.5 seconds behind at 1.2. He stumbled on the corner at the top of the course, which has to have been worth a couple of seconds, but he just turns it on when he needs to. He's the ultimate hunter. He's the absolute out-and-out competitor in the field here today. No one can hurt themselves quite like Petter NORTHUG can. It means that on the longer tours, he always suffers come the end, and that's why he's never won the Tour de Ski. But he's certainly gone a long way to securing the World Cup final here in Falun, and if he does so, he will be the champion for 2013. What a great race. It's all about the big 3 names at the top of the field, Mike. Any other results that stuck out for you?
Oh, I think the most outstanding for me is that 6 athletes in the top 7, there's only 1 Swede in the middle of them, are Norwegian. 6 out of the top 7. I'm not sure I've seen that before in a number of years around this sport. That is outstanding for the Norwegians today.
So drinks all round for the technicians?
I think so. When you look at what NORTHUG did there as well, from the top of the climb, 5 seconds is a huge margin in the last, just 2 minutes 20. It's a lot to pull back. I know he's a great finisher, but without a doubt, they've got the glide wax spot on, and of course the structure of the ski spot on.
Kryakov didn't start. I'm sure I saw him on the start line. He certainly didn't finish, but that's him out of this race. Kryakov, who was a great sprinter throughout the year, of course, great success at the World Championships as well. And I guess all his focus now is on the Olympic Games in Sochi next year, because he'll be starting to believe that he can get himself some more. So Petter Northug 6:28.8. BRANDSDAL 27 seconds behind. This is in the World Cup final standings, remember. Dario Cologna 1:14 behind. When can he pull that back? And Alexander LEGKOV 1:22 to make up. The very fact that tomorrow is a mass start and not a time trial plays into the hands of Petter Northug.
Yeah, he is the ultimate mass start man, and he's got so many good Norwegians to keep him company up there, so it doesn't look good for LEGKOV and Cologna.
And there are the overall World Cup standings. The margin's growing. What is it? Nearly 60 points, the difference between Northug and LEGKOV now. Further down, these men way out of a chance of getting into the top 10 even. But not a bad season for Toby Angerer, Mike. He's getting on a bit, and he still gets himself close to the top. If he has a good result here in Falun over the next couple of days, he could be back into the top 10, and that has to be applauded. Theodor Pedersen, former overall World Cup sprint winner. Well, it's all about Norway today. Anders GLOEERSEN started number 21, set the pace early on, and at one stage must have been thinking that he'd done enough to take the win. Beautifully smooth on the final stages, brilliant balance. And of course, he's got that big Norwegian frame to play with, and great strength as well. So GLOEERSEN in third place, Paul Goldberg of Norway taking second place, and Goldberg was 47 seconds behind Petter Northug in the mini tour at the start of today's race. He'll have got himself 10 bonus seconds. He's lost even more time to Petter Northug, but gained on everyone else.
He has, and technically Goldberg there and so close. Well, 2.1 seconds behind Northug at the end. He's learning, he's growing in stature as Goldberg.
Goldberg will have been happy with what he saw when he came across the line, of course taking the lead at that stage. But the last man to start, and the reason that no one was celebrating their result until the last man had finished, was one Petter Northug. And he's hungry for the overall World Cup title. He wasn't here last year, preparing himself for the Vasaloppet, the classic long distance race from Salem to Mora. That didn't come off, Mike. It was a disappointing end to last season. Stomach bugs got in the way, but he's on a mission now. And every time you see him race, you think he's a spent force, but 48 hours later, he bounces back.
He is so special. He really is something special. And I don't think there'll ever be anyone quite like him again. But the one thing missing, Patrick, from all his successes, of course, is the Tour de Ski. He has tried to win that, and I'm sure he'll try again next year.
He will. I'm going to be interested to see whether he changes his tactics. He's capable of winning the Tour de Ski, but not the way he races at the moment. He's proved this year that he can race time trials, and I think that's got to be his key. He's got to race as efficiently as possible all the way to the Alchemies if he's going to win the Tour de Ski, because at the moment he's giving away a minute to the other top skiers, and Dario Cologna in particular. But that's for next year. It's all about this year, and here he is. Let's see what he's got to say.
You were on the top of on Merdebakken, almost 5 seconds behind, but in the end it was 2 seconds lead. You were that fast in the downhill.
Yeah, I'm 83 kilos and a fat cross-country skier, so I can make good speed in the downhills, and also I try to race faster because everybody had respect for the downhills, but I just gave it all, and I think I took some seconds there.
You could indeed benefit from your sprinting skills. It was a short race today, and the sprinters had advantage over distance skiers such as Dario and LEGKOV.
Yeah, I also think that me and Dario liked this distance, so it was important for me to be top 3 here and maybe collect some bonus seconds. And yeah, when you win and get 15, you're happy for taking out the last power we have there at the end, so we get the extra seconds.
Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thanks.
Well, what a racer. What a racer. 83 kilos, but I can tell you there's not an ounce of fat on him. I'd love to know what his body fat index is, but I would guess it's around 8.5%, 9%. He's as lean as they come, and he's as mean as they come as well. And what was interesting there, Mike, he said he attacked the downhill. You've got to be brave if you want to win. You have to remember also no metal edges on a cross-country ski, so when you hit a hard patch of ice, you just slide sideways.
It's not easy. He has wonderful balance, and as he says, 83, not good on the climb, but helps him on the down.
2 days to go. The women's 10-kilometer classic tomorrow, the men's 15-kilometer classic. Marit Bjørgen trying to win the women's race ahead of Justyna Kowalczyk. She did herself proud today. So a double win, of course, for Norway. And Petter NORTHUG has put himself a step closer to regaining his title as the overall world #1. Cologne, can he do anything about it?
It's going to be a very tough task for Cologne. He doesn't have the backup or the support, if you like, of his athletes around him. But, well,